We're live.
We are.
Happy Monday.
Welcome back.
Happy Monday, June
to the United
26th.
States. No.
Yeah, no, I was in Canada. I was in Canada last week a little bit. So when we blew the tires up on the trailer yesterday on the way home from Mound City, Stacy Butson actually commented that, now you come up with different reasons to miss out on your show. So I was just kind of laughing about that a little bit.
Yeah,
So.
you were trying. No, I'm joking.
No, not at all. Not at all. But what an experience. I went live when we were grilling out on Interstate, and the state trooper came up. That one reached like 50,000 people, and then we went live when the tire. It was Richard Purcell Tire, Jason Hill's tire company out of Kansas City. He works with them and stuff. And it's funny because we left Mound City like 15 minutes later, so we shoot down 29 to get to St. Joe, and then shoot 36 over to 35 with the semi, good straight roads, and. Literally 15 minutes down the road, Tim Sprunik goes, "Man, we got problems, Jason." And, we look in the back, and sure enough, it's just a lot of smoke coming from the rear tires in it. We must have hit something because we had good tires in the trailer. So the two right front ones blew, and then it blew up. Then it broke the valve stem.
Yeah, I seen that. Normally, you only blow one, and then the whole.
Then you'll just limp it in.
Yeah.
So we got both of them, and then we got but we didn't get the airbag, so that was good.
Yeah, that's good. But it did seem like it was a total failure.
And it was so cool because every puller pulled over or called. Like Randy Stuckenschneider pulled over. Amy Estes pulled over. Who else pulled over? Doug Ruth called, and then Jason Hill called when he was going by us and stuff like that. So, tonight is all about. Hi, Mary. So the Wampus Cat had some fire.
Yes, I did see that video.
She had a post on Facebook. They only burnt one piston, so that's good. So Andrew Armstead's in the house tonight. Looks like. I'm not sure who's the other beer money polling team. We got to go back to that BST or BMPT so we know who it is. So yeah. Randy just pulled over to pick on you. Randy pulled over to get his J.C. Penney catalogs back so he could see them in the dash of his truck. So, but man, it was so good. That was our first weekend out. It was so good to get out tonight. So tonight, I want people commenting where they were this last weekend. I mean,
there was a busy weekend.
It wasn't just Tomah and Mound City. There was polling all over the country. I mean, and obviously all of my Facebook friends and all your Facebook friends are pollers. And polling fans. I mean, it was just crazy to see the amount of Amanda was in Tomah.
But I do have to say this: I got to work, and two of my coworkers were like, "Did you see that the tractor that crashed?"
Yeah.
I'm like, these people have never been to a tractor pull in their life, and I'm like, so that's how fast social media traveled, and they're like, I mean, I had to explain it to them what was going on. It was crazy, but they were like,
Matt Ingham was up in Maribel, right?
Yeah, I believe they had a great show up there.
Reed's checking in from Daytona Beach, Florida. Let us know where you're at right now, where you're watching the show from. If you went to a poll this weekend, we want to know the most memorable poll. Like, you're going to talk about some of the things you saw in Tomah. We'll talk about some of the things I saw in Mound City for hooks. And
it was quite the one
like
for the record books on a lot of different levels for Tomah, but you
Payne
get that almost
Court,
every year.
Payne Court, Indiana. Pancor, Ontario. That's where Andrew was.
He was across the border, so you guys probably flip-flopped. So.
He's supposed to be announcing in Platte City, Missouri, weekend of Charter
nice.
July 22nd. I know Jason Hill wants him to come down there. I don't know if they've connected yet or not. So, but yeah, and then we do have a steam engine coming to Richland Center, so that was good. Mark Seamer from St. Joe, Missouri. So, Mark, did you come to Mound City? So Ryan's doing a good job of commenting with everybody and things like that. But yeah, it was just a great weekend for us. I think Brent got the tractor last Monday night, so he had a couple days to kind of get home and get everything ready. Tony McDonald has taken over the wrenching on it. It's still a Riverside motor, Riverside components, and the heart's obviously fuel and air. But Tony McDonald is our new wrench on the Remedy. Put our new airbag front end on it this weekend and stuff like that. And awesome, 385 for the win. Oh, I think Adam was in Hawarden, right? I think Adam was in Vasquez. Was that where the Outlaws were?
Yeah, so I think Adam was there. So, and I think they had a great show. It sounded like as well, which is great for.
I saw some on I call it the gossip board from hell, the pulloff.com. But I do know that. What are you looking for, bud?
Just checking things out.
Checking things out.
Yeah.
So, Manila. Okay, Adam was in Manila. So.
Yeah, they had two. I think there was Friday. They were.
I don't think the Diesel Supers were in Hawarden.
No.
Because I saw Adam had a nice post on their.
But they were there Friday, and then they were in.
I tried to do as much live video as I could. It's tough when I was announcing. Some people are like, "Hold your camera still." I wish I could reach through my phone and just punch that guy in the face. Because really, dude, we're here.
I know.
We're streaming.
Well, I know how it goes because the interesting comments that I get, even with can you zoom in and out?
And listen, fans, we want you to we want to show you the polling. I mean, trust me, but we want you to come out to the polls. I mean, that's what we want to do. We're showing you this so that a poll comes to your area next time and
But that's what's great because when I was doing videos, I got a lot of the East Coast. Someone in Virginia, where can I go in Virginia and then trying just to give them websites like Dragon Motorsports,
and I
stuff
did
like
get
that.
to meet the Coons. Mr. Coons came up to me and says, "You're the one who named me."
I do have a
Coons."
great story for the Everson tractor and Tomah. So
what's that called? Slepanor, the new Massey Pro Stock. Is it called
Splitner.
Go Out of Bounds?
Yeah, yes. Well, it did go out of bounds, but they talked about that tractor for 15 minutes.
Did they?
Yeah, afterwards because of the name and the story behind the name. So that was great. Doc really got into. Doc Riley, who does the voice of the NTPA on their TV series, he really got into. I believe it's Slitner.
Slipknot.
It's Norwegian.
Greek,
it's Norwegian.
Norwegian mythic dragon or something.
Yeah,
right?
it's a 8-legged Norwegian mythical horse that a god rode.
Okay.
A Norwegian god rode in some type of Norwegian mythical land called Dredgen.
Awesome.
Yeah, Doc Riley got really into this for 15 minutes.
It's an 8-legged Norwegian horse, Amanda, so she's on that.
Yeah, Amanda was there.
Amanda's a pro stock junkie or a groupie. Amanda, I think she's a groupie.
Yeah, especially she's like she's the Blackburn Korth Chiswick groupie, really.
Molitor.
So yeah,
that Northern Illinois gang there.
I think anything international.
She's on it. So I had one called Nuck and Futz to announce. I tell you, Matt Ingham.
Slapner.
Okay, Chad knows. Chad was up there and told me he said Saturday night. So
Slapner.
I'm excited to see that out on. Well, that was the only.
That was the only
Trailblazer was the
yes.
only Massey we had down. We had 18 pro stocks for the Champions Tour down in Mound City. Friday night, I nicknamed him Downtown Denny Brown from Kentucky. The Green with Envy tractor, beautiful tractor. I met Denny last summer in Hillsborough for the first time. Really got a chance to talk to him. And then Don Masterson's got 2 wins with the Tinker Toy.
Really?
This season. He won last weekend, and then I think at Bargie's pole. Is it Bargie's or Barjas?
Bargie.
I buy insurance from
But everyone says Barja because
it
it ends with an A,
yeah.
But it's actually pronounced Bargie.
Yeah, no, they insure my pulling tractor. They insure the Remedy, but I wasn't sure. I should ask Derek how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah. No, it's Bargie.
Okay. And I actually, so on my way home from Canada last Wednesday night, I left Canada at 5:30 p.m., got to Tomah about 3:30 a.m., and I had to take a leak at that Quick Trip, and I followed Bargie's in. They have a big orange and white toter.
Yep, beautiful.
And what's that name of sponsor they picked up? Springfield Armory?
Yep, Springfield Armory, and they did a great job, a new paint scheme on the Judge, and they pulled 3 times this weekend. They actually pulled in the modified class with just 2 of their turbines running, and had a great run going, but the Tomah tracks were really tricky this weekend. Between Wednesday and Thursday and into early Friday morning, they had 4 inches of rain.
Oh, God.
And so it made for some interesting tracks this weekend in Tomah, and it rained around between 5 and...
The pits were just a flooded mess.
It wasn't, it wasn't too bad, actually, except on the entrances of the alleys. Yep. That's where everything was driven. And so...
but the track sits up high enough. They've done a good job. They built it up over years. It's a beauty. They blacktopped that whole hot pit area.
Yeah, the pits worked out really well this year because it was that recycled cement, and they used that. So I believe the staging areas was really nice for them. But you did have to get through some mud puddles, and some did saran wrap their tires. So just like it almost looked like
it's like the outdoor, like going to Gordyville.
Yes, it did feel like Gordyville this past weekend in Tomah. Actually,
a warm Gordyville.
Yes, on a warm day in Gordyville.
Yeah, I remember with my dad's tractor years ago, the D21. Stacy got home about 8:30 last night, so it's normally about an 8-hour trip. It took us 3 hours by the time I found somebody, and the first couple places didn't have the 215 R70s, my trailer tires, and then thank God Jason Hill actually had those tires on rims at his shop, and so he used my spare and the other 2, and then Purcell Tire from Kansas City came out and saved our butt, and it was fun. I had like 850 live viewers at one time while I was changing the tire. So
I think people really get enthused by just the randomest things. So.
That's what you and I were talking about the show, like the Beer Money Pulling Team. I heard people follow us because we put the fun in pulling. We're not owned by anybody. Nobody tells us what to do. We just kind of have a lot of good time. Yeah, we'll bring that video up, Mark Seymour, that JD that wrecked. What
happened was just watching it.
Second bounce and the front's weight's caught.
Yep, and you could see it on the first bounce.
We can find that video. I'll keep yakking while you find that video. If you look for it, I know it's farther down on our timeline. But
I shared it early.
Jeff Sezek, you shared Renee Theobald's, and then Jeff Sezek had sent it to me, but I might have drank a little bit of whiskey after the win Saturday night, and I wasn't sure.
I get a text from Chris Clark saying, you got to see, it's like 5 a.m., and So that pull probably happened between 2 and 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, because I know the last Super Farm went down the track at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Sounds like Bowling Green last year because they started late.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, the two biggest classes were pulling, so they had four-wheel drive trucks.
Page over now, so when you're rolling over, we can talk about these pictures. There's a nice picture of the judge.
Yeah.
This is Clayton Ulam from Iowa. He takes these photos. He's got foggy bottom images now, and he's been sharing onto the page. Here's another one of his. I know Brandon was up there too. Trevor Call did a bunch of video. We can let this roll. Here's a good video of Esden Lane. I don't think I didn't see him finish up as high in the standings.
No, he had some issues. This would have been a Saturday afternoon.
Can I hear the sound? Or
yeah, I'll turn on the sound.
Okay. Those diesel supers are
let's see here.
That's okay. That's not yet. I don't know if that's even. That's okay.
No, because your Bose isn't hooked up, so. But anyway, yeah, this would have been a Friday afternoon.
I still can't believe, and I know you talked about Trav last week, but I can't believe they hooked the Fair Valley Performance. What are they up to now?
This was a garden tractor, for a garden tractor puller.
Okay.
And for their pump rebuild.
Rebuilt and upgraded with customized.
Yep.
Okay.
So they even are doing stuff for garden tractor pullers.
Cool. Very, very good. There's Tim. That's okay. So this is a funny story here. We are the beer money pulling team, right? Tim drove the toter. We took off from Richland Center Thursday night at 9:30. Got there at 5:30 a.m. And the first thing Tim did after he got out of the toter, drank 6 beers. But then he went to sleep. So I think. So here I want to talk about this a little bit. So see the guy with his hand up. That is he's from Nebraska, I think. I got to get. He actually told me who he was. But we had a heck of a pass. That was awesome. This is Shriver Harvesting and Trucking. It's Mike Shriver. He was actually a sponsor of the Rumble by the Refuge. And who took this picture? Bridget Mears, I think, took this picture. Maybe she might run around with the Husker Diesel Performance guys a little bit. I don't really know her yet, but I was kind of following some of her posts and different things like that. And that was the one thing that she had took this picture. But this is a picture of Brent's winning run on my tractor Saturday night. Just had a monster pass. Friday night we didn't do as well. Saturday night a later hook was obviously better to have. If you looked at the results, and he just laid down a great pass. And you can see Ruth standing right there, right on the weight bracket. So Dustin was in the lead
right there
at 2:45.
Okay. And you guys got him about 3
by 13 feet.
Oh, 13
Brent
feet.
just rolled out there to 3:58, just hauling ass, and it was amazing. There's Todd Dolan right there.
Well, you can just see even in the picture just how much.
Todd was hooked. Todd Dolan was with us all weekend from the Hurricane Alice Pro Stock team, and he spotted Brent, and they had talked about kind of the plan on that, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, Jeff is kind of talking about his.
Oh yeah, second month. So thank you for sending that to us, Jeff, because that was pretty cool. Who were you calling?
Yeah, so this is the pits up in Tomah. You can this would have been, you can still see they were actually heading to water though later on in the week because it dried up really fast. Friday it got really hot and humid, and then by the time the pull started in the afternoon, the wind picked up. And it actually was a very nice afternoon Friday. Friday was the best day to go up in Tomah weather wise.
Yeah. Stacy wanted to know what we changed from Friday to Saturday. Nothing, Stacy. It was just Friday night, and if you were there, the track was soft and there was big holes in it. Everybody was digging down to the rims, and what had happened Friday morning when we got there, the track was open, then a shower came through and they rolled it tight, and then the wind picked up and it was like 30-mile-an-hour winds all day, so they lost it and it got dry on them. And there's nothing they can do. So there's a great picture of the video.
Here's
barge
this was Sunday afternoon.
Okay. I think Stacy won a mini rod pull this weekend, if I remember.
Yeah, I believe so. They were in Watertown, I believe.
Okay, yep. Now here's Kyler Berry. He's a young man, probably 16, 17 years old, taking some photos now for the Beer Money Pulling Team page. Got him right up.
Yeah, it sounded like you guys had a great light super class as well.
Oh, it was awesome. That was Saturday night. So we had all the same classes. Friday night was the new 2.6 Pro Street Diesel truck class.
How many? I didn't see the
10, 12 of them.
Yep.
OEM drive lines, stock stuff, no duals. Still made good horse. Bridget Mears, that's the gal who took the picture. Can you scroll back up? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I just saw that picture because the crowd went wild when Brent went flying by him, and to see a fan, because that's what gets you excited. Put that fun back in pulling. You know what I mean? Get everybody excited.
These guys had a great weekend from Vermont. Came all the way over from Vermont to Tomah, and
were the Milk Money mod guys there?
No, they were not.
Money. Is it Milk Money?
Yep, Milk Money, and they do have two.
Last year I watched them go 4 motors, 3 motors, or 2 motors.
Yeah, they pulled in every session of Tomah last year. That's just insane. Just think about the amount of hooks that they put on Tomah for one weekend. It was probably about a month's worth of pulls.
Chad Leonard said that Craig Ladwick had a really good pass.
Yeah,
He's never given up.
Unfortunately, with the Pro Stock Saturday night, He had a great pass. He went 344
Okay.
the first time, or the first pass, but then they reset the sled. And then, they reset the sled, and unfortunately he didn't have the best pass the second time around, but it still was a great pass. And just unfortunately they reset the sled he was about the fourth hook, and so they reset the sled after that. And
okay, so here, let's watch this. This is Mary Womble's Wampus Cat. So they said they only burned a piston. They still got second place, but she said they did burn a piston. So I love these diesel supers, and you can just tell, just sit there and watch the smoke start to twirl.
Yeah, it's coming through our headphones, but they're not able to.
Fine. People understand. They understand. It's pretty cool though. This is what it's like to ride a 3,000-4,000 horsepower diesel super. I think they're 4 turbos. I'm not sure on the Wampus Cat. I know Mary told us that night we interviewed her, but I forgot already. So if she's watching the show, Stacy says luck of the draw. They snuck one out at Watertown.
Did they keep it straight down the track this time?
I don't know. That was a wild ride there.
It was.
Chris Carlisle had some really good photos. Mary's an admin on the Beer Money Pulling Team page, so she had shared some photos there. Brandon got a really good photo. Looks like Esden had some exhaust.
This was Friday afternoon, because they were on the grandstand side Friday afternoon.
I think Brandon nailed that picture.
Yeah, both passes he was having, even on Sunday afternoon, they were having exhaust.
3 turbos, Mary says. Oh, Mark says they can hear it.
Oh.
So, good deal.
Okay. Well, it wasn't showing up.
So here's a 2.6 class for Northeast Wisconsin Motorsports. There we go. Hear that? You guys hear this diesel truck?
Yeah, so we'll let it. It's just not showing up on us that you can hear it, so that's why we didn't know. So.
Yeah, see, we're missing. That's what happened here. We're missing that third bar. Of course, I'm watching.
Yeah, so this was Maribel, right?
I think so. If Ingham's still on, he'll let us know.
Yeah.
So. But that video's reached 38,000 people already, so that's good for the sport. That was USAE Super Farm X. That's Chris Carlisle. He does a good job. And then Mary always challenged. They had a hell of a pass, didn't they? And won.
Yes, Sunday afternoon. I did not stay for the whole unlimited class.
Feet, right?
Leichner's had a great pass Saturday night. They came back. They reset the sled. He came back last, and I was already gone because it was 40 degrees and it was like 1:30 in the morning.
Okay, that was Pound, Wisconsin.
Pound. Oh yeah, that was okay.
Yeah. Mary
but yeah,
this
was.
A driver. Yeah, I drive the tractor. I own it, and I pay for the bills, and I drive it sometimes. I'm not the best driver. Brent is. So let's see here.
We might get there eventually.
We're gonna get there. We post a lot of stuff on the beer. You know the best thing to do for the Beer Money Pulling Team Facebook page is just go to it and scroll down because we post so much stuff. We have so many people. There's some ITP.
Yep, here was their results from.
Okay, Damon says the sound is working, and then Ladvig says good job in Min City. Thank you, Craig. It was awesome to get that win. Brent was pretty bummed out Friday night, and I walked back in the trailer, and he was pretty bummed. And I said, "Oh, go back up to that." So that's Rich Johnson from the Shag Nasty waving his hand. That's how those guys cruised around the pits down there in Mound City all weekend. Mike Eccles was with them, and some guy named Killer. I don't know Killer, but they were having a really, really good time. It was funny. Pullers are a good group of people.
This was in Elroy.
Yeah, so Chris Clark took that on the way home. I think that's Trevor Seafruit's tractor.
I believe he's from Illinois, if I read the comments correctly.
Brandon knows him, I think.
And I guess the tire came flying off and then ran into one of the trailers, just was parked there, I guess. So it was an interesting 24, 48 hours in the Elroy Tomah area for pulling. Here's the bullet on Saturday afternoon.
I haven't really had a chance to look at the
They ended up 7th. They got rained out Thursday night.
Time to let Misty drive, Jordan.
Yeah,
if you're watching the show, we're gonna start a poll.
I do have to give a shout out to them. I had a great time talking with them
I saw
Friday.
you live video with them.
And we did. They signed the banner, which we'll get back up. We haven't. got that
Brian
back
Deck's in the house. Irrigation matters. Did you see his post? He has his hot wife, right? They're standing in the corner, and they always say knee high by the 4th of July, and he said boob high, and then he always says irrigation matters. So he's Mr. Westick says thumbs down. So no, she's not.
Yeah, no, I mean they were a blast to talk with before and after the poll, and just the stories that they could tell about Jordan when they first bought Bad Medicine and stuff like that. It was great. Oh, and if you get a chance this summer to see it up in person, it's just a gorgeous tractor. They did a great job on the sheet metal, and they kind of had a tough track in the afternoon there. And
Amanda said Josh Blackburn had an awesome pass for the win.
Yes.
I think Deck won. I think Deck's leading Grand National points. I think he won Sunday.
Yes, they did.
So.
And get a shout out to Jason Hootman. He won the Light Supers.
That stuff has to get.
Yes.
And then Misty says they had a good time with you. So I'm telling you, Misty, he really is a nice person, like in real life too. Haggerty, our basketball guy.
He had a respectable run.
I love working with him. There's some good looking too in that truck. I want to see Simon's new blue one. Miles had a review of that. Reveal. That's what he calls them.
Oh yeah, well the original Irish Challenger is now back into the Simon Singles. Yes, and they had.
Sounds like something got into the crowd, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, here's Jason Hoopman's pass. And it was a picture perfect. And shout out to the Picklers and the Mondovi Mafia up there. They got second and third because they did the engine work for Just a Case as well. So Marty Nelson got third.
That thing's been running good.
Yes. And so shout out to the State boys there for getting second and third.
Thanks again for Trevor for nailing all those videos. That's awesome. A lot of fun there. And then so how long were you talking to Misty and Jordan?
Oh my god. Well, the Friday afternoon session got done around 2:30ish, somewhere in that range. And then I ended up kind of walking around.
The Bone Twisters.
Yes,
Travis was on the show last week.
Yes,
Did
great
he get
guy.
2 seconds? I think he got Jody Ross this weekend because they spanked everybody on Sunday.
Oh my gosh, they laid it right to everybody.
33 feet. Or
yeah,
I mean,
they had a picture perfect
but
pass.
But if you get a diesel slipper hooked up and you get a good pass,
yep.
Nobody's stopping you. Yeah, Gaffney's in the house. I like to see that. He just had an awesome pass.
Here's your pass.
Here's our pass.
Right? Was this?
Tim Sobronic has a phone, I think, from 1972. I'm just picking on it. I had my phone set up on the right. I know Brent wanted Ryan to get pictures, so I know Ryan wasn't doing video.
Sure.
I was trying to announce and everything like that, but Brent, you can really see how fast he was going. He's coming up here in a little bit, so and you can hear the crowd. I think Tim's like, no.
He's like on the track.
Here he comes. He just hooked up. You can really see the speed almost on that. Just flying. It wasn't one of those. Is he in the lead? The whole house.
Well, you can see where he was standing, and if he was going by you or by him.
Well, and from an announcer stand, all night long I knew where the banners were, kind of how people. No, that's the steam engine that's coming to churn and dirt. So we're gonna hook that to the sled Saturday, July 22nd, and they're gonna do a spark.
And where are they coming out of?
I think Baraboo.
Okay.
Damon Young is helping us out with that, getting everything lined up.
Okay, cool.
So.
We're getting there. We are getting there. So this must have been from Watertown.
I think so. Yeah, Dan Sherbo's one of the guys there. Does all that, so that's pretty cool.
There's more pictures.
Took some Tomah pictures there. But what a great weekend. Okay, that's Justin Gearhart's truck. There was 19 diesel super stock trucks in Tomah.
Yes, it was a great class. Unfortunately, the track because they got rained out Thursday, and it was really a driver's track on Friday afternoon for them. And unfortunately, with if you just didn't get hooked up, you were bouncing crazy.
Mark Seaman wants to know how fast the Remedy was going. I'm going to guess 35 mile an hour.
There's Mr. Mankey. And they had a great weekend. I think they got third Saturday night. Maybe they got third Sunday.
Colin Burkholz in the house. We got 2 Tomah winners here now. I like it.
Oh my gosh, he was just, you should have seen his reaction.
We were so happy, Brent and I. I mean, we love him and his dad. I mean, who doesn't love a Burkholz?
Yeah.
Right? They're like, I just want to adopt him. Or I want his dad to adopt me. Yeah, that's what I want. I want a light pro that runs like that.
Okay,
here we go.
So we'll get the replay here once. So here's the slow motion replay.
Yeah, it really shows.
So I mean, it's just a. Oops. Sorry, everyone. We'll back it up here a little bit.
Let it go.
Oh, does it go again? Okay.
Some of them do. I've seen different ones.
Yep. Here goes even slow. So
yeah,
you can see the bracket break after the first bounce. See how it starts, and then it.
One of these will show. One of these is if he keeps scrolling down.
Yeah.
One of them has a really good slow mo because Brent and I watched it. Down there. Yeah, that's just horrible. Horrible.
And he is not that far away, too, right?
Yeah.
He's
Wilton, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Because when Brent and I had the 1206, I know that we've seen it. I've seen it run before. So Shane Kellogg.
Yep.
Who won the diesel?
Carl Atley.
That thing.
I mean, he had the smoothest pass. Yep. I mean, he laid down a great run, and then I believe Up in Smoke got second.
Okay.
I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but Up in Smoke got second.
That's from Pennsylvania.
Is that okay?
Smoke, yep. I remember them in Richland Center. So.
Volume one way, let me. But okay, yeah. So he actually had a nice smooth pass, but some of them Van definitely Did
Tomah have their big crowds like Saturday night always, or the weather scared people
for
away?
the grandstands was full.
Okay.
Honestly.
Awesome.
I mean, it wasn't a full Saturday night crowd, but it was more people than what I thought. It was 45 degrees by the time they started pulling.
Yep. Oh yeah. Right. So Justin Hopkins won the our class Friday night, and he had an awesome pass through 15. So yeah, we got 2 light pros in the house. Oh, that you want to scroll back up? So that's
here's a picture
that's
from
Mary's. We showed the video a little bit earlier of that. Yeah. So here's our video of our tire change. So I want to thank Purcell Tire. They were really good. That was Tony, I believe, and Tim. Scroll down. Let's see if people have watched that since I did this yesterday. 132,000 people that's reached. Isn't that crazy?
Just watching someone change a tire.
I guess go beer money pulling team, huh? So any videos of the unlimited blowing parts out? I haven't seen any yet, Paul. Chad Leonard said it was chilly. But yeah, it was just great. Yeah.
There is. I'm trying to think which page. It was, on pull-off.
So
it was a break.
Let this play a little bit. So Austin, Brent's girlfriend, Alyssa, has a little boy named Austin. He's 4, and he is the official mascot of the beer money pulling team. This kid is as cute as, he got so excited to get in the toter Thursday night because pulling season started, and he had been counting this down. I think he comes out of the trailer here in a little bit. Or maybe it was one of the, I think maybe we were grilling out. Yeah, we'll just keep rolling. But he's a cutie. I gotta get the new crew shirts done, and we'll get him set up. He'll be happy. Oh, this is an Amish. What is that? What did
Amish air conditioner.
Amish air conditioner.
At some Amish store apparently.
Okay, how many did that reach? See, 272,000 people. A picture of Eston Lane reaches 30,000 people, and we post something like that. That's
just people sharing
love,
it, and
people love goofy things like that. That's Wisconsin in the summer. Going to update the trailer. When Stacy Butson gives me
here's
some
from
money,
Scottsdale, Tennessee,
so,
by Mary.
Cool. We gotta have more than one spare tire. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's I think here's another.
Let's see.
This is the
this
slow
motion. I'll watch this. This is crazy.
But you can actually see it buckle from that first bounce.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the track was so hard at that point because I mean it was so cold, and I mean you can just see it, and
wild.
And what's crazy?
Jeff Becker from Freeport's calling me right now. So let me. I'm gonna talk to him. You keep yakking. There's a good slow mo.
Yes.
Hey Jeff, how are you? Good. Is this a good time? Okay, cool. Let me.
Going to update the trailer, Stacy. So yeah, Jason's gonna
Give
be.
me 1 minute. I'll talk to Jeff.
Okay.
I'll come in. We'll try to plug him into my phone.
Give him my phone number because it.
We can call him.
Okay, you
my
can.
phone last time.
Yeah.
We're doing my show right now.
So again, just a scary situation here, and just thankfully he was able to, walk away. All the safety equipment worked. He was able to walk off the tractor after that, and just two weekends out of the last 3 for NTPA events. Of course, Ellsworth with the Hampton Hooker with the engine exploding, and then having this in Tomah late Sunday morning, early Sunday morning now. Just a crazy couple weeks of pulling, and as we so here's Jason and them. They're actually grilling on the interstate and waiting for help to arrive. Yeah, so there is video of the Simon Says turbine tractor. What I was reading on Pull Off and what RJ was saying, or I believe the Fonda's page, was a brake, something to do with like the brake cover or something like that. But go to Fonda's page, and RJ Simon gives a great description of it. And
there's Austin. Oops, I was scared. There's Austin. He was telling us all about it. It's pretty cool.
Oh, is he actually
got both of them?
This is the grilling out there. He was telling us.
So we got the grill out. We're waiting for our
And
tire
then we
guy
did.
to come.
So when we set the grill up right by this I-29 south, about 20 miles
rods.
north of what do you call it? St. Joe, Missouri. We did this, and then I stopped once the state trooper rolled up. He says, "Is this where the barbecue is?" I was like, "Yeah, what the heck?" So let's get Jeff Becker on the phone.
okay?
So the Remedy, the beer money pulling team's running Silver Series points this year. I think Brent says we have 12 pulls. Brent's doing all the driving at it. He's our stud driver. I'm going to drive it at some of the Badger State pulls, and Brent I'm sure will too. But I'm hoping to maybe drive it at Dickeyville, and then Brent will drive it. So our next pull is Freeport. That's Silver Series for Brent. I know Stacy was asking about points. I'm pretty sure Ruthless 2 is going to have the points lead heading out of Mound City because Brianna got 4th on Friday night. She had an awesome pass. And then we had, and then they got 2nd on Saturday. And then is it Dustin Ruth? Yeah, Dustin Ruth drove it Saturday night. They got 2nd right behind Brent there. So we'll see how all that shakes out. But I know we have 12 total passes for the year. So you ready for the number to call Becker
For
Freeport?
me to call?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I told him you were.
then you
call.
should. You should have told me because I would have got my phone ready.
Well, don't yell at me in front of thousands of people watching the show right now. So there's our tire. I'm not cheap. We had decent tires on there. There's Austin again. You're bringing me hot dogs. Or bringing them to
They can't see that right now.
They can't? Oh,
no.
Well, I'm just watching the video there. This is you and I actually talking and stuff like that. But again, just what a weekend. It was fun. Mound City was a blast. Sounds like everybody had a good time in Tomah. Tomah is a destination pool. You know what I mean? Mound City's on its way there to doing that. You know, there's nothing like that in Northwest Missouri. So,
no.
815.
And like we were talking about last Monday night, with them, they don't really have a big poll anymore,
No.
which is kind of, I mean, I guess the Missouri State Fair is huge in terms of like,
yep.
But it's just the amount of polling I heard that goes on there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We'll have to flip flop here. So you keep
815,
talking. I'm gonna.
Yep, 815. So we'll be down there. I know the Champions Tour pros are there as well. A lot of good things going on, so it's all fun. So Amanda said she just posted the video of the.
Yeah, sorry. There's gonna be like a little delay of audio.
Will not be in Platte City. That's Western Series. Our hometown poll is that weekend. Don't think we're in Unionville. I think we're in Wheatland. We're in Sturgeon, Missouri, September 2nd, and then we're in Wheatland again in September. So we'll be in Missouri twice in September for that. Matt Ingham's Richland County's #1 rated polling show. So he's a smart ass. 815.
You're gonna announce it over there, huh?
I don't care.
Okay.
He's a promoter. He has his number all the time. 815-238.
Oh, hold on one second. Okay, there we go. 238.
8441. So we'll get Jeff Becker on the phone. We'll talk some Freeport. That's our next hook for the Silver Series. So Lucas.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call.
He doesn't want to talk to us. Okay, let's try it again. He just called me on this number, so it's got to be right. 815-238-8441. And part of Sauk County to Matt. That's right.
Actually talking to this mic.
You were talking to that mic? Okay.
Hello?
Hey, Jeff, it's Jason and Ryan with the Beer Money Polling Team. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good. Let's talk Freeport, Illinois. What do you got? I mean, it's coming fast. I can't believe it's June 26th already.
It is coming fast. Next week already, yep.
So what do y'all got planned for us this year as polling fans?
We've got our Thursday afternoon show would be the light limited super stocks, the 640 Pro Farms, the 466 Hot Farms. Thursday night, we're running the mods, the heavy unlimited super stock alcohol tractors, and the Pro Stock Rio diesel trucks.
Okay.
Friday afternoon will be mini rods, Super Farm, and the Badger State Pro Stock diesel truck class. And Friday evening will be the Pro Stocks, the limited Pro Stocks, and the heavy unlimited super stock alcohol tractors are going to run again Friday night. So It's a pretty full show.
Yeah, we're there Friday night with Badger State and Silver Series, Lucas Oil. I know that.
Right.
So
Yep.
We had a decent pass down. I think I got 10th down there last year, and there was 27 or 28 in our class last year, if I remember. It's always big, a lot of numbers down there, Jeff. So a lot of
there's big classes. It seems like everybody likes to pull on this track, and it always separates the men from the boys here. So
it absolutely does. I mean, I couldn't believe how packed the pits were last year. Like the pit side of the track by the announcer stand as well as the grandstand. So, it's the biggest poll in Northern Illinois by far. I mean, there's nothing. Freeport and the Stevenson County Fair, and what do you guys call it? The Midwest Summer Nationals, right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Midwest Summer Nationals. Yep.
So, did you change something this year with admission or something?
Thursday afternoon is free in the grandstand, and Friday afternoon is only $5. The night shows are $10 to get in the grandstand. We changed our gate fee into the fairgrounds. We dropped that back to $5.
Okay.
For the gate into the fairgrounds. In addition to the poll on Thursday night, we have a deal on the Midway starting at 5 o'clock. It's $5 unlimited rides all night long. So if the whole family wants to come out for the pull and the kids want to go screw around on the midway, it's $5. They can ride the rides all night long. So that's a pretty good deal right there.
Yeah,
too.
you can't beat that at all. I mean, that's something
Yeah.
for everybody. Dad can go to the pull, and mom can go chase the kids around if they want, or vice versa, or both.
There you go.
So that's what it's
There
all
you
about.
go. Yeah.
How long you been pulling down there in Freeport?
I have been running the pull for, I believe, 8 or 9 years now. Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've seen on the Freeport track?
Oh, we've seen some pretty cool breakage, every now and then. Front wheels bouncing up into the grandstand, which, I mean, obviously for the safety part of it is not good, but everybody loves a little carnage, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Carl Kahn was pulling there years back, and I believe that was probably the last pass that he ever made, and put the block on his tractor. And there's been some pretty good carnage here over the years.
Yeah, unfortunately, as a puller, I hate that because it makes me want to throw up in my helmet when I see it, or I see it. But as a fan, that's what people love. Did you see that Super Farm video of that Bucks Fever? What happened up in Tomah?
I did.
Yeah, that's
that
wild.
guy is incredibly lucky that he did not get hurt or killed. That was something else there.
Yeah, I mean the way he strapped in the roll cage and stuff like that really helped. And we've had a couple. We saw the Hampton Hooker a couple weeks ago up there in Ellsworth, Wisconsin, throw the whole motor. But, the cables on that threw it forward, and that's what helped it all out there. So.
Yep.
Who are some of the people that help you make Freeport the success that it is?
Oh, we've got a lot of great sponsors. Pioneer Seed is one of our biggest sponsor. Our local crop production services is another really good, generous sponsor. There's probably a list of 15 or 20 of them here that I could go down through. Channel Seed, DeKalb Seed, local John Deere dealer, Country Financial, Stevenson Service Company, the FS company here in Freeport and surrounding towns. There's a ton of them here. I wouldn't want to go through and name them all, but we're really lucky to have the support we have, and we're really grateful for all of those sponsors and the sponsors I didn't mention. So
no, that's what it takes, and it's not an easy nut to pay for a tractor pull, a truck and tractor pull. You know what I mean? It's like as a puller, we're doing this as a hobby, and as promoters sometimes it feels like you're doing it for a hobby as well. So I understand completely.
Yeah. It's the whole thing's for the love of the sport,
Yep. So have you ever pulled, or what's your passion? I know you, but I don't know you that well. Tell us about Jeff Becker a little bit.
Years ago in high school, we used to do some antique pulling, and then we kind of got away from that. And then it's probably been 10 years ago, Dustin Hook and I got to be really good friends, and so I ran with him and was helping him for a lot of years, and was around everybody that pulled and stuff, and made a lot of great friends. And actually last year I got to get in the seat a couple times on the old T-bone, and so that was pretty cool too. So.
Absolutely. Well, anything else you want to mention about your pull before we let you go, Jeff?
I just hope that you got the dates.
Yeah, we're bringing
July
them up right now.
6th and 7th, yeah. Hopefully we have some beautiful weather like it is right now. Hopefully the stands are full, and we're just hoping to have a good pull and everybody have a good time and enjoy the pull.
Yes, Well,
Nice
go
web-
ahead.
I was going to say, you guys, it looks like the Stevenson County Fair just updated their website too, which made it nice and easy for everyone to see what's going on for all the events as well.
Yeah. Yep. And I believe we do have a Facebook page for the Midwest
Correct.
Summer Nationals if people need updates.
Yeah, we've been sharing that.
For
We've been sharing that every day on the Beer Money Pulling Team Facebook page for you. And Ryan's got your website up right now. There's a nice picture of that's a Whiskey Wild tractor. That's Wishmeyer's. Corey Bob drives that. You're going to see the Champions Tour, and Jeff didn't give it enough kudos. The highest level of pulling is there each night, and Badger State, arguably one of the best state associations in the country, is there in the afternoon. I mean, it's the best of the best when it comes to pulling, and the fact that you have the unlimited super stock tractors, and you have the mini rods Friday afternoon as well. I mean, it's a full it's a full boat. Really, really cool stuff, Jeff, you got going on.
Especially to see the huge crowd you get on a Thursday night. That's incredible.
Modified tractors.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
it's packed. You gotta get, if you want a top seat, you gotta get there even earlier.
Well, look at the picture behind Gory Bob's tractor there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's wild. So, no, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's the mods are a big favorite, and like you said before, the size of the classes that we get. I mean, there's people just like to pull here, and so that's a real compliment to us too. So
absolutely. Well, cool. Hey, we're gonna let you go. I'm not sure if we're gonna do a show next week or not with a holiday and stuff, but we'll definitely be plugging you a lot. And of course, our tractor will be there Friday night, so we're looking for some good luck again down there, and just keep building a good track for us, and take care of. You have good people down there. It's a great fair, and like you said, hopefully it stays dry. That's what a promoter needs more than anything anymore.
Exactly, you bet.
So thank you, Jeff. Good luck with everything, bud.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Yep,
Thanks.
take care.
Yep, bye-bye.
So that was Jeff Becker there. Summer, what do they call it? Summer
Midwest Summer Nationals.
Midwest Summer Nationals, Freeport, Illinois, July 6th and 7th. Super modified tractors, Champions Tour on Thursday night, and then the Pro Stocks are there, I believe, Friday night, and then I think the Unlimited Supers are there both nights, and different things like that. So it's going to be pretty awesome to have all that. We're excited to pull down there. Brent will be driving the Remedy Friday night, and then we're going to head to Dickeyville then on Saturday. Pretty excited about Dickeyville.
I'm looking forward to Dickeyville with the new facility.
Yeah, he's got two great tracks there, and he's going to set that hillside seating a little bit, kind of like what Ridgeland does. Not as steep, but it's going to be a neat venue, and Charlie's really putting a lot of time and money into that place. Walmsley
just like the parking area for you guys as well.
It's all graveled now.
What is it, 8 classes, right?
Yes,
6 or 8 or
2 tracks. He's pulling during the day. Got a bunch of local brush classes, and then that night it'll be. And we got Pro Stocks, Limited Pros. I mean,
it's like the full almost.
He's bringing in the heavy hitters,
yes.
so it's almost a full Badger State,
and
almost all the
Dickeyville
classes.
Maybe a couple hundred people. In this
and but Dubuque's close by.
Yes. Oh no, I'm just saying.
No, I think it's going to pull.
It's going to be great.
A lot of Iowa pulling fans don't get to see Badger State much, or and different things
not
like
like
that.
they used to.
Now think of the chances with the Pro Stocks and the Limited Pros, Silver and everybody being. There's a chance to sneak some
it just
stuff
all
over
depends
Saturday.
because I believe Saturday. I'm not for sure if they go to that other poll. I believe in Altamont is that Saturday night.
Altamont, Illinois.
Yeah.
Okay, and I do know that's the same. I think New Hampton or Rockwell.
No, Rockwell is
one of the big NCPA.
It's Friday and Saturday.
Okay, good.
Because I'm going to try hitting Rockwell that Friday.
Okay.
And then come over to Dickeyville.
I know Brandon's going to go down to Freeport one of the days, take some pictures and stuff like that too. So good about 15 minutes left before we do the Badger State show. Tell me, Ryan, about your Tomah. What are some of the? I mean, we showed the video. It was cool that you got meet up with Les Dixes, and it sounds like Trevor got to talk to him as well. Jordan commented on that. Tell me some of the passes that you truly going to remember. Like, what are your 2017 Tomah memories?
Sure. Well, of course, it started out on a soggy note as well.
Yep.
So we camp across the way. If you've never been to Tomah, they have camping just across the street now.
Okay.
And used to be it's just a hay field. Actually, they'll hay it, and they have electrical setups and stuff, and it's a really nice place. I think this is the 9th or 10th year that they've had it now. Yeah. Because they had to fans used to actually be able to camp inside the fairgrounds for the longest time, and
I've never seen that. I guess I have. But it's too many pullers now.
Yeah, now they use that top side for more parking space, and parking is really wrapped around the whole fairgrounds now. Yep. And of course, you needed that with all the rain we got Thursday night. It was between Wednesday and Thursday, almost 4 inches of rain, and kudos to the track crew there. I mean, it's just amazing that they can turn around.
They still run that grader behind it every time.
Yep, they still run the grader behind it every time.
Does anybody else do that anywhere?
Not that I know of. I could be wrong.
No,
I could be wrong, but off the top of my head and the places I've been, now you need the space, of course.
And like Jason Hill Saturday night, Friday night we had a rough track for the 3.0 diesel trucks down in Mound City. A lot of breakage, down there at the end of the day, and then Jason brought the grader out Saturday night before their pass.
Sure.
He owns Hill Brothers Construction, so he had to.
I do.
Grader.
The Hillsboro, they're using the rakes at the starting line and finish line now, I believe. So that might be the closest thing. Okay. They obviously don't have the room for a full-on, just amount that's packed in there. But as far as I know, that's the only place I know that actually brings. And I don't know who started that because they've been doing it for years.
Roll down so we can see the comments. Make sure if anybody has any questions or their comments about Tomah or Mound City or anything like that. So.
But favorite Jason, I got Jason Hoopman. That was a perfect pass.
Okay.
In the light supers, I mean. It was a tough track for them, and it's a tough I think Tomah's tough in general because they have a slope on their tracks a little bit for the rain to run off. So they built it like almost like a football field in a way where it slopes down, and so you kind of can get sucked down to one side or the other. And you've seen that the semis even got that Friday night, I believe.
Yes,
they all got in a path and they all started hooking to the left. And so tough break there. So you really had to. It was a puller's weekend. You had to be a driver's weekend.
Yeah.
A good driver. And Collins pass Friday afternoon. That was, and Troy was right there. I mean, it was like 0.3 of a. It was really close. Yep. So both of them had amazing passes. That late pro class was so fun to watch.
I bet.
And 19 of them.
How did Howells do with the blue one?
They were really early.
Okay.
In the class, and I believe
they're pulling somewhere in Indiana tonight.
Yeah, they actually because they came up with the Hazleys, so they were trailer mates with the Rockhorn Ram, and then they also had Kurt's truck there.
Okay.
He pulled in the and then they had John Grin and Barrett. His truck was there as well. So they had a couple 3.6 trucks in the class, but it was still a fun diesel truck class. Again, it was a driver's game, and you had to hit it just right. And Carl Atley did that.
Cool. I want to do a cool segue. Greg Boyd's on. He's watching the show right now. So I saw my first Boyd non-white hooded pro stock tractor ever. Yeah. I'm assuming
it goes back to
I'm
the
assuming
old days.
Mike is Greg's brother. I don't know. I just know Steve is the dad and Greg's the brother, and then I know Miles Krieger works there.
Yes.
And I think Karen is Greg's mom and Steve's.
I do have to shout out while I was over at the Lustics. I got to talk with Austin, which I believe is
Austin Boyd is Greg's boy.
Greg, yes. He came up with Miles, I believe.
Yep, and so Mike Boyd drove Green Streak X. That's Lance Little's pro stock, the 60/30, and then the Green Streak and Company Boyd Green Streak and Company one. Andrew Boyd drove it, so I'm waiting for Greg to jump on here and tell me who's
it's
all
hard
related
to keep track
to who. It's kind of like the Boyd Brady bunch.
Yes,
I don't
pretty
know.
much. We could
I don't know who's who. They live in the Boyd compound out in Grandview.
Yes,
or I think it's Grandview. Yeah, Mike is his brother, Andrew is his nephew. Perfect. But anyway, so I don't think the green one had a good pass at all Friday night. I think I don't know if something wasn't right, but man, Saturday night I had the lead forever. And 3:37, and then Don Masterson just snuck by him, and I could see the disappointment on Mike's face. He was just like, "Damn, I almost had a Champions Tour win." You know, and I felt so bad for him. I'm like, you're only this close. You know,
and you know how many times I've seen Don Masterson come late, like one of the last tractors in the class, and no one has even come close. Whoever the lead was, and he'll go. I don't know if he picked a different spot on the track at all or not. I don't know there, but he seems to find a different spot. And he'll just Louisville. He is notorious at Louisville for winning with last tractors. I've seen it so many times.
That's awesome.
And kudos to him. He hasn't been on the tractor that much in the last couple of years, right?
I don't think so. Kevin's always driving the River Rat, and I talked to them just a little bit, running around in the pits and stuff like that. But I think somebody else has been driving the Tinker Toy as well. So Hillbilly Bones says thanks for going live in Mound City. He watched it in Alaska. So. But Ryan had a really good live video of the Pro Stocks and Limited Pros on Friday night. Ryan Rusink was down closer to the track and different things like that. So, very, very cool. So, yeah, it was just a great event. So, I'm sorry, I interrupted your Tomah.
No, I was just
great
comment. Tomah, there's so much to wrap up. I mean, you got we got 5 out of 6 sessions in despite the rain, even though Saturday went into early Sunday morning, and I don't know if there was even anyone left in the stands by the time that happened.
But everybody's seen the video.
Yeah, everyone's seen the video, thanks to the live streaming. I think everyone was, the pullers were watching in their haulers, probably. Yeah. A lot of them with that live stream, so absolutely. You could be watching it.
I'm surprised how many pullers watched powerandnoisephoto.com just to keep the results up there. If they're waiting, we had a big class, so you can see kind of who's in the lead. And because sometimes you can't always hear, Mound City has a great sound system, but some places you get to, you can't hear in the pits or down the starting line.
That's what's so great
somebody just went or whatever.
That's what's so great about Rodney's, what he does is that if you're at a different pole and you know someone that's pulling, someone like you that's over in Missouri and you're stuck in Wisconsin or at a different pole, you can say, right up to date with what's going on. And
I would think for me, the mini rod class is going to be exciting to watch these next couple of years. I think it's going to really, really grow. I think you're going to see it get on the Champions Tour. To me, it makes sense because a lot of the modified guys like Boyd's have them, Shelton's have them. I know Joey.
Actually, Greg did sell his. It's in California.
Oh, okay.
So that's why you didn't see it there in Mound City.
That would make sense.
Jordan was. The only reason I know is Jordan was telling me.
Okay.
And so actually, his tractor.
That's great.
Yeah, so.
But Shelton's had 3 of their 3.
But I'm pretty sure he'll be building another one.
Oh, yeah.
So
They had Shelton's had their 3, Slaws had their 2. Trying to think who else. Oh, Horst was there with the Red Fox.
And then the Buckeye Special.
Yeah, Peters had something happened Friday night. He didn't get a hook again Saturday night, so it was a really good class. So Tyler Slaw rolls 364. Blows the blower off basically, and still won the class, and that was wild. So they cranked on that all night to get that back.
Tomah had the minis had a great weekend.
Okay.
Sometimes the track can be a little tricky, and even with the rain, but they had a great.
I wonder if they like a little
mini.
harder track or what they. 2,000 pounds, 3,000 horsepower. I wonder what they like.
And they actually followed the Pro Stock Saturday night.
The big wheel class.
Yeah. So because it was still wet, so they didn't want to run the minis because they would have just spun.
Yeah.
And so they ran the Pro Stocks first, and they really got the track, and they had a hard time stopping the Pro Stocks. I can tell you that they were even all weekend they were dragging the Bauer sled forever, like when it was topped out, and that's how much grip was on that track with the rain and.
Well, the Pro Stocks always put on a heck of a show in Tomah.
Yes. They had to reset the sled. Oh, jeez. Was it 1 or 2 times Saturday night? Because they just couldn't... I know for once for sure. Right after Craig Ladwick, he had to get in the brakes, too. So he was still going 344. So he got sucked down to that right-hand side. Because they were on the pit track. And
I just love the mini rod class. It's wild. It's awesome. And Stacy Butson says, I need a mini, and I do. I need a few more home loans before I can have a 4-1 and a mini rod. But they can call it the mortgage guy on a chain. Yeah.
Mortgage guy on a chain.
Well, then Brent would let me drive my mini rod, I bet, because he just drives the tractor. So
Yeah.
he wouldn't be mad at all at me. Silver
I mean, if Jay Leno could drive a mini rod.
He didn't really drive.
Well, he didn't really drive it.
Robert Fagundes talked about that, so that was fun.
He did get it down the track, though.
I did get to drive, the chicken on chain a couple years ago.
Yeah,
so, that was wild. And they weighted it down in the front for me, so I didn't get up walking it too much. But no, some of my memories of that I can remember. I drank too much whiskey. I know after the poll the one night. Brianne Ruth had a heck of a pass on 2 Ruthless. It's good to see her because she had a rough. I watched her drive at Hillsboro. Did not have a good pass up there. She's this young gal, just learning how to drive. That Ruth family is so awesome. Tyler Slaws, and then watching downtown Denny Brown take the Pro Stock win Friday night. Saturday night, Don Masterson. Jason Hill had a heck of a pass. I never really seen Jason Hill get beat on the Western Series. He got 3rd Friday night. It's 2 trucks I marked from Marshfield, Missouri. I could not believe the Mound diesel trucks they had, the 3.0 trucks they had in the Western Series finally. I think there's 17.
Wow.
And they weren't, it wasn't like these 2.6 guys jumping up. They were tough 3.0 Limited Pro diesel trucks. The Hillbilly Bone and Leash, Jesse Knight had a good pass. I'm trying to think. I met Ryan Bauer. Just some really nice guys down there. And then Jason Hill came back Saturday night. He lives 45 minutes from there, so he had a pretty big cheering section down there. And I'm trying to think what else. And then obviously Brent taking the remedy to the win Saturday night. Lisa Tatum said it looked like I was going to jump out of the announcer's stand. So I just kept screaming, I love you, Gaffney. I love you, Gaffney. Yeah, those Perkins Diesel guys put on a show. So that was fun.
And of course, Mike Everson, his very main voyage, they had troubles. They would have pulled Friday. They were there Friday afternoon.
Okay.
But I believe it was injector pump issues.
They took it back home.
Yeah,
Because I talked to Coons.
They had to drive all the way back to his shop to get some parts and to get it fixed. And
because they had a video of them starting it down there and testing it again down there. But I talked to the Coons family, and because they're the ones who built that tractor.
Correct. I believe it's almost a twin to the Trailblazer.
It's amazing.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing. I mean, Trailblazer's sharp. So Marty Wilson's in the house. I saw Marty does a good job.
He was running back. That guy had been tired. He was running.
He had a cool picture of Bill Leichner with Greg Randall.
Yeah, that was
they were
great.
going to go tug of war or WrestleMania in the.
That was probably at 1:30 in the morning too, because by the time the Unlimiteds got done.
Bryce Terry, the D21.
Oh, that I heard
showed up. That was an awesome pass too. He laid one out there. Thank you, Terry, for mentioning that. It was awesome. Awesome. That D21, he's undefeated so far on the Western Series. He won in Mexico, and then it was funny because his son was driving their Pro Farm tractor like 25 miles away, so
sure.
Bryce was kind of worried about that and stuff like that. But they were first class. I think actually they got to load up and get going. But Novengers has 3 light supers now, and then the Whitworths had their 2 there, and the Temptation tractors didn't run good. I don't normally those things get like Hillsboro last year. Man, they were hauling ass.
And they ran really good up in Macville.
Yeah.
Just 2 weeks ago. But every week to week, it's so different.
The alcohol tractors change.
Chiswick's were having some issues with their light tractors as well. On Friday night.
Yep.
I believe it was. Yeah, I believe Friday.
I don't remember.
Friday night. I can't remember the schedule now because there's so many. I mean,
One
you're
big
between
blur.
90 to 100 hooks each session. So, I mean, that's a full weekend.
I know
of
we had
pulling.
6 classes each night, 2 tracks, and I know it took exactly 4 hours about each night. And we only had to reset the sled just a couple times. And I like how PPL just floats them and lets them run. And we're not going to get into that tonight because that's not our decision to do any of that stuff.
Nope,
but,
it's not.
That's how that works. But I want to give a shout out to Colin Ross or Jody drove. I know
Yes.
tractor both times, but there's a lot of pride in that family, and
They
that's
had,
why
they had a picture perfect pass.
and that's
Sunday
why I'm
afternoon.
glad we have a diesel super class, we have a pro stock class, because there are some people out there that want that. Just don't give me any rules. You know, I mean, just give me a cubic inch and let me figure it out. And those guys have, and they're running 3 Chargers. I mean, they sounds like a damn turbine tractor taking off, and it's a diesel super. You know what I mean? So kudos to them. And we talk about all the time. You can have all the horsepower in the world, get it to the track.
Yeah.
And they have that combination figured out.
Did you see the pictures of the mother trucker? He
Split
won.
the block.
He won in the pull off, and right at the end, it was literally right at the end of the run, and the block. Yeah, so tough break for them. But I believe that they have a weekend off, and they'll be in Rockwell for down there. Well, that's what their goal is, to try and get it ready for Rockwell.
Okay.
And a huge pull for Northern Iowa.
Oh, John Butner says he thinks Little Temptation was trying a different ignition system because it wasn't
Sure.
firing. That wasn't firing like it normally does.
You know,
and that's
this
the
isn't-
chance to do it because
Yeah.
they're running champions.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And they definitely, because like I said, I saw like in Macville they were kicking ass.
Yeah.
So, but that's a chance
Both,
to do it.
yeah,
and the
because
Hogs
there's
are
no
great people.
points. You're not losing anything. You know, as long as you don't.
Lane Aldrich, I thought the Pro Stock Diesel class had a pretty good turnout for debut of the class. He won Friday night, and then he said he hadn't slept. They had got it. I was going to pick on about how his truck wasn't painted yet, but they had just literally yanked it off the dyno on Thursday. So again, I did like that 2.6 Pro Street Diesel class. I really want to talk to Greg about that for Badger State because I like the rules of it. It's a good starter class for diesel trucks to get out onto that main scene. You know what I mean? So. Anything else you want to do? Lily Ross says.
I just have to give
like
a shout out to the people that I hang out with in our campground. If you're ever in Tomah and you're staying at the campground, what we do after each, if long as time
You run
is
around
allowed,
naked?
no,
Okay, just checking.
no, we actually set up a projector and we watch polling videos after each session.
That's awesome.
So just come check us out and listen for polling. It's so fun. People be walking by and they'll be like,
What's that sound?
yeah. So unfortunately, it was pretty late nights this year, and we were playing in the rain. We had the projector under the awning, or set up under a table, and then my computer was under an awning. So we were watching videos while it was downpouring raining. And
I saw your Facebook post you had
Yeah.
put up on there. So, but man, social media has made it. I mean, you kind of felt like you were in Tomah, or you could feel like you're in Mound City. We like I said, I think we did more live videos on Friday night, but I feel like when I'm announcing, I don't announce many polls anymore, but it takes away from a little bit when I'm trying to worry about that. So
I guess East Central Iowa is building that.
They should.
Yeah.
that
That's a
would
class.
be
That'd be a
great
great
place
class for them.
Yep. So,
Yep.
but let's
We'll be-
sign off. Let's
we'll be-
switch over to the Badger State show.
We have a
weekly
lot to
show.
talk about there. So.
Yeah. So,
Great weekend for Badger State pullers all around. And
okay, real quick, what's coming up for ISP?
oh yes,
And then
yes.
I know upcoming ITPA polls Friday, June 30th. That would be, is that Schuler County Fair, Rushville, Illinois, 7 p.m.?
Yes.
So it looks like they're in Union County
You
Fair.
might want to go to the next page and see if
Oh,
they
yeah,
have.
there we go. There it is. It's Saturday, July 1st. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Thank you, Ryan. While you're bringing up
I'm
the
sure
ISP.
yeah.
Friday, June 30th, because ITPA is one of our sponsors.
Yep.
ISP is one of our sponsors. We always want to talk about their upcoming polls. Rushville, Illinois, Friday, June 30th, 7 p.m. Wyoming, Illinois. I heard that is a hell of a poll. That's noon. They got Super Stock, Tool Drive, Super Stock, Limited Pro, 10 Pros. Wow.
Yeah, it's 2 tracks.
And it's Saturday, July 21.
Clint's trying to
Oquaka?
get me to come down.
Is he? Oquaka, Illinois. That's
I
85
believe that's
Limited
how
Pros.
it's- Yep.
So, yeah.
So they have a busy weekend.
ITPApolling.com is their website for that.
So
What's
ISP
got
will
going on?
actually be co-sanctioning with ITPA in Wyoming
Okay.
as well. So they have their 6200 super stock 4x4 trucks.
And then it looks like a full
the light
boat.
supers as well, 6,000 light supers.
Yeah.
Pro Farm and 2 Hot to Farm on Saturday, and then they will be on
Morris,
Sunday.
Illinois.
Yep, a full. This is the full show, like
Okay. Oh, Jesus, every class
like
they
the
have.
full show in Morris. Sunday, July 2nd. So if you're looking for a nice Sunday afternoon, I'm not sure. Sunday night actually.
Yep. I know because you got 4th of July weekend basically. 4th's on a Tuesday.
So some people get off Monday and some people don't.
Yep.
So
So I know Milan, Missouri is rescheduled. That's Mosley's poll for Saturday night.
that's correct.
And then Mobley is Sunday
Yep.
for the Western Series, and they're excited about that. So I just want to thank again Hawthorne Tire. Our new tires hooked up really nice. Thank you, Mark. Joe Bush Ag Repair, I know they were up in Tomah with the Fear of the Deer Super Farm. They're one of our sponsors. Country Smokehouse, the official snack, stick, and jerky of the Beer Money Polling Team. We're going to have some samples from them soon, as well as we're going to get our new crew shirts made. I'm working on those with 6B, Chris Boson, excuse me. They're Fair Valley Performance, Hearts Diesel, Riverside Engines. The Remedy is a good running tractor. We can't do it without them. And Gordyville's coming up again. That's one of our sponsors in January. Look how fast this year's going. It's crazy.
Well, once Tomah weekend is behind us, it's just bam, 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 bam. I mean, the next couple weeks after this weekend, for me, I mean, it's just, I'll have 4 hooks in a week and between 3 and 4 on average. And it's just between July and August, it's jam-packed.
Yep. So very, very cool. Well, let's good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the show.
So
Thanks for all the
Badger
comments.
State Tractor Pullers.
Like 170 some comments tonight. So, I mean, for being the most popular show in Richland County, it's not bad.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a small population.
I want to run is Matson Monroe County?
Green County.
Green County.
Monroe's Tomah.
Oh, okay, that's right. So that's why that confuses me. I know because Doug Burkholz is
You
part
gotta
of the
think of
snowmobiles.
You gotta think of the Green County Fall Nationals.
Bingo.
I mean,
Done. I'll never forget it again. I want to put us up head to head, see what's more popular down there. Wisconsin Pulling Promoters. What's the call show? Oh, 2 boys in a canoe? Something like that.
Yes.
It's close. 2
it's
courts
close.
short, something like that. So,
no, great guy. And they do a great job with promoting, and always fun to chat with them.
Barry Bohr and Bill Leichner want to say thank you for all the congratulations, too. Perfect.
Yeah. I should say congratulations to them. They won the mini class. Barry Bohr had a fantastic run, and I love their interview speeches with them because they're
having fun.
Yes, they are.
I'm glad to see people having fun because that's what we need to be entertainers. Good night, everybody. Be good.